Hey.
Um, Catherine McNeil, who she's in Faithfully Fit now. She's one of our newest team members, but she's got ice storms rolling through, so she is video-less, but is on.
Hey, Catherine, how are ya?
I don't know. Let me unmute her. She's muted.
That's okay.
There we go.
That's all right.
Okay.
Who's Catherine's coach?
Me.
Oh, okay, cool. Hi.
And then there's two other girls who I'm hoping will make it on, who are two of my newer coaches to the team, who are just like have the link for Faithfully Fit Academy and are just getting
Got it. Okay, cool.
And so hopefully they will make it on. We will see. And Rusty, who is Elisa's coach, is the time difference is may make it rough for her to watch. She's amazing at watching the recordings.
Got it. Okay, cool. Well, I feel like I'm like with a celebrity here with Julie.
I know.
Oh gosh.
I've been telling all of my challengers about the Beachbody Challenge. I'm like, I actually sort of know someone who's in the running.
Well, when I did the tour of Beachbody headquarters, the guy who's been communicating with her was the one who was giving the tour. And he was like, so actually what I do, he was, going on the tour, he goes, what I do. And I was like, oh my gosh. I said, one of my coaches is, like in the semifinals, and he goes, who? And he's like, oh my gosh. He's like, so I was texting her. I'm like, he says hi. We're back and forth.
That's so cool.
It's pretty fun. We
so
should find out in like a week and a half.
Oh my gosh, you get to be on the big stage at Summit.
Yes.
Maybe. We'll see.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. They do a whole roll-up of your life. I mean, you have the biggest cheering section. If there's any reason on why our goal of getting 50 coaches at Summit should be there, it's so that Julie has the largest cheering section at Summit.
Oh, yeah.
I will be a sloppy mess.
Oh, so amazing.
So wait until you see, she's not sure if she can share her video that she had to make for them because of just rules of.
Oh yeah. I mean, you've been in a test group before, it's all secret.
But I have seen it. Wait until you see it. Talk about crying. I was like, oh my God, total tears.
Amazing. Okay. Well, we're short on time because we have the team call, but just so you guys are like, why is Tracy in on the call? So, Pam is a Star Diamond coach on our team. And one of the goals that I'm going to talk about tonight, one of the goals is, for Faithfully Fit to have 2 coaches to make $75,000 or more, and 5 coaches make $50,000 or more. And whether or not income is important or not, to you all, I think it's important because when we are sitting here on team calls opposed to putting kids to bed or doing homework with kids or hanging out with a spouse, there has to be some sort of reimbursement in our time. And one of the things that I'm trying to get everyone to wrap their heads around is, regardless of what your why is on why you do this business, you don't have a means to help people without a business. So you have to remember that we are proudly and boldly business women creating a business that then gives us a platform to serve whatever it is that our personal mission is. Okay. So what I said to all of my Star Diamond coaches who are the contenders for making this kind of income, and when they do that, it duplicates in the team, is, hey, I need to get a good understanding of what your goals are. And I need to hear you share those goals with your team so that I'm able to see that if Julie says that I'm going to be the Beachbody champion and I'm going to be a 2-star diamond coach, I need Julie to understand that impacts Pam's goals, and that Pam, what she does, impacts Julie. And it's such a cool interlinking of what we do. And I don't want it to be scary accountability. It's awesome accountability. And when Pam does well, Julie does well. When Alyssa does well, Rusty does well. When Rusty does well, Pam does well. And it just is this awesome mesh of team. So that's why I'm sitting in on the call and really just wanted to hear Pam articulate that to me so I'm understanding it and doing it with her entire team so that it's just more personal.
So it was funny as I was going through various things, prepping for tonight. I was going through old notebooks, and I was actually going through old notebooks over the last few days because I'm looking for all those old names of people who I had jotted down who I haven't reached out to in way too long.
Yeah.
And I found my first notebook
Yeah.
with literally like my very first notes of when I started this.
Amazing. That's
and
awesome.
The first page has my goals from the very beginning.
I love it.
And so I thought that was just I thought it was a really cool thing. But it also gave me a lot of perspective because I think that I know that goals are scary, mm-hmm. and that it's goals are kind of two-sided. It's scary to think big because we worry we won't do it. It's hard to think out that way, especially if it's hard to see yourself in that place. And I think sometimes it even feels like we're thinking too much of ourselves. Maybe if we say I'm going to be a 2-star diamond coach, or like we try to say it, I am a 2-star, like I'm saying I am a 5-star diamond coach. It almost sounds like for some of us who are used to maybe not thinking of ourselves as leaders and not thinking of ourselves as not used to patting ourselves on the back or feeling like, almost feels like it's bragging or something like that to say, I'm going to have a goal this big. Like we're putting ourselves too high up. And I've learned so much about goal setting, even just like in the last 6 months. I would say my understanding and my perception of goal setting has really changed, and I've come to see setting big goals as a way of believing in myself and as such a motivator. And I think, when we set goals that are safe, as we have talked about, like when we talked about the goal podcast that we just talked about recently, it's almost like it's not really a goal because it's like we're almost there. So even it's not like you have to know what the end game is. You don't have to have this 10-year vision of what being a coach looks like, but you have to have a plan for, the year. Like what do you envision 2019? Where do you envision it ending so that you have something to work back from? My very first goals were Emerald Coach, SC5, because it used to be 5 and not 6. CTAs, this was we used to do things on Facebook a little bit differently, but calls to action 1 time a week for the first 3 months, adding 2 to 3 people a day to my network, my vital behaviors every day, reading the compound effect. So I had my PD in there. And those were my basic foundation goals. That was day 1. And I definitely hit those goals. After that, for a while, I think I got stuck. I had this goal of diamond, but I didn't really have a plan for how I was going to get there. And then after I was diamond, it was the same thing. So when I became diamond, I don't think I actually really thought about what my next goal was. I might have said, star diamond, but I don't think I had it truly. I didn't really put it down. This is my goal in this time frame until probably maybe it was over the summer when we were doing a push group or something like that. Something shifted and I realized I need to really put down some goals. It's okay to think big. It's good to think big. It gives us momentum. It gives us drive. And what I found is that hitting that one, hitting say my star diamond goal then that has driven future goals, and hitting one goal helps me to believe in the next goal. And it helps me to see the potential. And I still don't know what the kind of end, I don't think any of us knows what the end game is. But I know what I'm working for now, and I know my why around that. And so that, and that helps me then make a plan. As some of you know, like a lot of these goals link to my word of the year, which is brave, because it's, I'm very quick to discount myself. But sometimes because I think it's safer to stay in that easier place. So, when I first put my goals out there, I was like, okay, now I feel like I'm going to throw up, because it was scary to do, but I'm excuse me, I'm holding fast to them. I'm determined to not back down from that. So every time I get that voice in my head, every time, that self-doubt creeps in, every time, all the, the negative belief statements kick in, I go back to those goals and the why, because it's so easy to have that self-fulfilling prophecy of what you what you convince yourself can and can't be. We build so much around, I'm blanking on the phrase that one of the podcasts in the life, one of her Brooke's podcasts talks about how, and I'm blanking on the phrase she uses, but how we build things around what we decide, and we hear things, and everything feeds into it the way we choose to have it feed into it. So if we are choosing to kind of, not have the right kind of belief in ourselves, we'll let everything else feed into that and push us in that direction instead of pushing us in the direction of our goals. So my goals, my first goal is actually, I wrote down my first goal is to live my word. So to live brave in every aspect of my life. My goal is to be a 5-star diamond, which definitely includes all of you. I'm building up, I have Andrew, I'm building up Lily as a coach, but I actually, when I was sitting at leadership at the conference, the New Leader Conference, I was thinking about all of you guys, and I was thinking about how, yes, I'm building up Lily, but I kind of feel like I don't even need her, because I feel like you guys are so poised to change so many lives, that yes, I will do that, but I think you guys are going to, I have so much belief in you. It's just incredible. I just see all of you making such a difference. So she's there, but she's kind of more I think before I saw her as like a necessary, and now I feel like she's almost more of my backup plan. One of my goals is to be an elite team, because that just does so much for us as a team. One of my goals, along with being a 5-star diamond, is to have my own retreat for all of you. It's an amazing way for us to come together as a team. And there will be lots of faces at that retreat who aren't even on this call, because we're going to keep growing with more coaches under me, more coaches under all of you, because this team doesn't grow without faces of your coaches showing up on these Zoom calls. So then you get to have that experience, and it's really exciting. I mean, it's so exciting to me that you guys are already buying tickets for Summit and looking towards all this. I remember at my first Summit thinking, oh, wow, someday maybe this will be me. And it's happening, and it's an amazing thing. One of my goals is something we're already doing, which is a weekly team call that I'm fully committed to and doesn't get put aside because, life has emergencies clearly, but it's a commitment that I'm making for you and for me, because we can't build a team without having calls like this and without me being a strong leader for all of you. Financially, I would say that I haven't got I would say I'm between that 50 and 75 for Tracy. I keep seeing those college tuition bills right in front of me, and I am working for college. I mean, I have 2 freshmen in the fall. They're getting their acceptances. Lily got accepted to her first choice. Malcolm's got accepted. Tracy, I don't think I even told you that. Lily got into her first choice school. Yes. Found out right before church last week. We have, might be Ari. I'm not sure who it is. Oh, Ari, can you see us? There she is. Hey.
Hi.
Guys, this is Ari. She is speech pathologist at my school, and
Hi.
Starting her journey and starting coaching. So,
love it. Hi, I'm Tracy.
Hi, nice to meet you.
You too.
And this is Ari's first team call. So
cool.
Yes.
Just meeting
Welcome.
Well, thank you for having me.
So when I look at, I want to be able to give my kids going to school where they want to go to school. And so I am working for those tuition bills. And it's true. I mean, what Tracy said, I didn't get into this for the money outside of maybe thinking maybe I'll pay for my Shakeology. And it didn't. And actually what really kept me going was not at all the money. It was the first time somebody said, thank you. The first time somebody said, wow, this is awesome. Thank you for helping me. And then the second time somebody said, your Facebook post really helped me get out of bed the other day. And then, you know what? I went back, even the people who have said I went back to Weight Watchers and lost 20 pounds, because if they did that, even if they didn't do that, because even if they didn't come work with me directly, if I'm influencing people to have healthier lives. I had a friend this summer who took me out to lunch. I hadn't seen her in several years. We taught together years ago. She never liked any of my posts, never commented, nothing. She took me out to lunch over the summer so that she could thank me for helping her get through her divorce because of the posts that I put up, not about health and fitness, about my own personal journey, because it helped her get out of bed on days that she didn't think she could. And because I was on the other side of the divorce process, she saw hope for what could be. And that's why I'm here. I mean, that's why I do this. And one of the biggest things, this is, not directly related to my goals, but it is because it's around helping people. One of the biggest things that stood out to me, and I already shared this in a video on our team page, but at NLC, was that every single person who spoke, everybody, even compliance, I mean, who's sitting there, making sure that our us plus 2 is on target. Everybody talked about this community that we are using to change people's lives, to make people healthier inside and out, to transform people to getting to a better place, and how comprehensive that journey is, how that journey is about exterior, sure, it's about the smaller pair of jeans or the bikini or whatever it is, but it's about so much more than that. And there wasn't a single person who didn't speak to that. And at the very end, when Jeff Neiman came out playing Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, talking about how we're the helpers, I mean, literally, we were all crying, because it was we have an opportunity to make a difference in people's lives. We have these tools, and all of us care about helping. And it's really incredible to be able to do that. But there is that income side of it too. And you know, we have other jobs and families and busy lives, and none of us can really, you know, I couldn't afford to be putting in the time that I'm putting in. I couldn't justify it if I wasn't able to bring other things to my family. So when I have to say to my family, you know what, I need to sit and spend an hour doing this and I'll be with you guys in a little bit, I know that by doing that, I'm able to take them on vacations that I wouldn't be able to take them on otherwise. I know that I'm able to add to college tuition. I know I'm able to make a difference in their lives instead of me just saying, oh, you know what, I need to go do something, and they're part of it because it's making a difference for them. So those are my goals. And you guys are, as Tracy was saying, you know, you're part of it. I absolutely, I want to do this for you. I can't do it without you. We're all completely intertwined in this. That's one of the other awesome things about the company is that there's no pyramid. It's all just back and forth and, you know, intertwined. We all succeed with each other. I know we've talked a little bit about some of your goals. I don't know if any of you guys are comfortable sharing about any of your goals. We've shared a little bit about it before.
Well, I was just going to say, because we only have 15 minutes before the next call. But so for you guys to be a 5-star team, have you guys discussed how you're going to get there? Whose goals align with that? I think is a good question.
I know Elisa's do.
Okay.
Whoop, 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 whoop. She's got her diamond goal.
Okay.
And I think you guys can speak to that. Who else is who are my diamonds in the rough?
I'll try.
That's, you know what? That's all it takes.
I'm gonna try.
Yay! You're not doing it alone. I'm holding your hand the whole way.
Thank you.
Julie's like, I don't know.
I know. Well, you know where I stand, Pam. And
I know.
We've had this conversation many times. I'm working on it. Let me say that.
Yeah. So, listen, for some people, I think they come out of the gates and they're like, this is the goal that I want to go for. And for other people, it's like an organic day-by-day process, right? I mean, I think I was one of the longest coaches to ever commit. I mean, I was a coach, but then I tiptoed and I tiptoed and I tiptoed. And for me, I don't think it was until I bought my ticket to Summit where I'm like, okay, I'm going to a convention for a health and fitness company alone. I had no team. I went by myself. But for me, that was my very first, like, okay, if I'm going to do this, let me see what my plan is going to be in order to leave my 4 kids and spend X amount of dollars for Summit, not to mention all the childcare I was going to need. So it quickly became if I'm going to do this, if I can afford to do this, I have to be able to have an income. How do I get to that point? Because there's a good balance, right? I certainly have personally sponsored coaches that are like, I'm not sure. I'm not comfortable. I'm still not comfortable inviting, or I'm not comfortable putting myself out there. Like, that's all normal stuff. And so I feel like what my job is, because here's the thing, Pam's no one's boss, right? Pam is your mentor. Every single person is an independent Beachbody coach. And I say that to all of my coaches too. I'm like, I'm not your boss at all. I have leadership skills that I know I can help provide to mentor you, but I also don't want to drag anyone. So it's a matter of saying to some of those coaches that are like, oh, I'm not sure, I'm not comfortable. It's a matter of me saying, okay, like, I'll match your pace. But if you want me to push you a little bit out of your comfort zone, if you're telling me you want change, then something has to change, right? And so we just keep having a lot of conversations, and some coaches end up just sort of going their own pace. Some coaches get pushed to the point where they're like, okay, I'm all in. And some coaches realize that coaching's not the right tool for them to accomplish their goals, right? Coaching's not going to be for everybody. So I don't want anyone to feel like we're put on the spot, like, how are we going to get to 5-star? I do think it's important, though, that as a team, as Pam being your leader, that if her goal is 5-star, then everyone needs to know how they fit into that. I think that's important.
Well, right. And then I can support everyone better. As Tracy said, I can match your pace. And that is important. And I do, like, I think I was one of those people who was slower. You know, I became a coach more quickly because I was one of those people who, once I became a discount coach, I kind of started going, oh, okay. And researching, just because I'm such a researcher. So once I started researching, once I started reading, once I started learning, the next steps were natural. But having goals like these, I mean, I've been a coach for, an active coach for 3.5 years now. So having bigger goals was not something that happened to me overnight. And, you know, I definitely was somebody who, it took time for me to get there.
Yeah.
Tracy, you're gonna need to drink some Energize.
I got up super early. I had to make up a workout this morning, so I had to do 2 of them. And I realized, like, at 3:00, I'm like, I never had coffee today. But I made up for it and Energized. Can't wait for that fruit punch to come.
I know.
It's really good.
I'm excited.
It's really, we were so psyched when they had the samples, when we walked up at NLC and they had the samples. And I've said, I really didn't expect to like it. And I really did. I'm not a fruit punch girl. I thought it was going to be super, I thought it was going to be like Hawaiian punch or something in it.
Yeah. No, I've heard all awesome things.
Yes.
I love it. Well, so does everyone on the team understand what it means to be an elite team and how you guys accrue points for being elite?
We haven't gone over that yet, so I don't know how much they know that.
Well, it would probably be a good call to do a road to elite, because what I love about the road to elite this year, it's always been different where it's like, here's what you have to do to be elite. But now in the back office, you can actually go on Fridays and check your ranking in the company. And again, this is a great tool, whether you're a hobby coach or a coach that wants to sprint, because it shows you, how are you doing in terms of your week leg volume? How are you doing in terms of your success club? How are you doing in terms of your coach's success club? It's a really simple chart that just shows you like check marks on where you're already excelling, and then it's just blank where you're not. And it's good for you. Like, I'm sure Pam will be doing one-on-one calls every quarter, every other quarter, whatever, right? Maybe she does pods. I think a lot of people do different things, but I love the back office road to elite, because that helps Pam explain to the team, like, okay, so when Julie and Catherine hit Success Club, that gives the team a point. And that's why it's important to hit Success Club, is one, because you want to be creating momentum. The reason that teams get credited for Success Club is because when you're hitting it, not hitting it, hitting it, hitting it, not 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 hitting it, hitting it, that kind of back and forth, I mean, that momentum is like, you feel like you're having to start over every single month, which is exhausting. And typically coaches quit when they're not consistent with Success Club, because it's too hard to get that crank wheel spinning. But when you have coaches that are constantly hitting Success Club, they're growing and their volume is growing and their team cycle bonus is growing. And when everything is in growth mode, right, that's abundant mode. That feels like you're making a difference. You have a purpose. You're helping people. Your challenge groups are thriving. That's not to say that we all are in always growth mode, right? It's like this, but it's those vitals that have to stay consistent in order to retain people. And that's what we want ultimately, is to retain our teams. So that's a good exercise for you guys, I think, to probably do as a team call, and then incorporate it in your weekly calls.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to spell it out. Then everyone can really see, if you're not a coach that has a diamond as a goal, you're just as valuable as Alyssa, who says, I want to be diamond, right? So it's a matter of, I think, every person on the team understanding where they can fit in to make a difference. And then it's everyone understanding, what is the benefit if Pam hits 5-star? What does that mean for me? right? Because Pam's got this goal where she wants to hit 5-star, but it's up to Pam then to explain, okay, so this means that our team might have a retreat because with the 5-star, there's a bonus. And I know for me personally, I take my bonuses and put it into a pool where I'm going to invest back in my team, and every coach does that differently. So I think it's also important that you guys understand, like if we're all going for this goal for your team to hit 5-star, how does that impact each person so each person feels like they're growing? And I think that's stuff that you guys can articulate and really talk about and get excited about as a team, because when you have those things within your team to get excited about, it's more than just like a number goal. It's like there's emotion connected to it.
Yeah. It feels, I mean, there's like when that momentum is happening, and even like looking in the back office and seeing the Road to Elite, it's so much easier to get a grasp of where you are compared to the old approach. And it's really cool to see.
Yeah. 10 times. Yeah. 10 times. Yeah. Cool. Well, I'm excited. You guys got good momentum. I can't wait. Who's coming to Summit?
Julia's and Tina, who's not, she was hoping to make it, but she's not on. So she's already bought her ticket.
Oh.
I know
Is Rusty coming?
Is what?
Is Rusty coming, Alyssa?
I think she's still trying to negotiate with her husband on that one.
I get that.
He's working on it.
And I just sent Ari the link to Girl Wash Your Face.
Yeah.
She can listen on Audible because Rachel Hollis is our speaker at Summit. So I was like, you got to listen to her book so that then you can come to
I
Summit
can't
and
wait.
hear her speak.
Totally. Half the world is paying the same price of a Summit ticket just to see Rachel Hollis.
Well,
Believe it or
Wow.
yeah. I mean, it's and if
not. Like
you
a
go see her-
$145 ticket, people are paying more than that just to go to her Rise conferences.
Yeah, I mean, a lot more than that. I was looking. I mean, I was trying to figure out.
I mean, we get her for like an hour and a half, and Rise gets her for like 8 hours, but still.
It's a huge price difference. No, Summit's awesome, and the team bonding at Summit. We have so much. I mean, one thing, and I mean, you guys know I've said this a million times, and Elisa knows, we have a really good time together. You know, we have such an awesome team, and we have so much fun. I know I was like texting Ari from Florida, like during beer pong.
Beer pong.
Wishing I could have been there.
But I mean, like literally, we'll leave an event, and all you hear like on the pages, like in the Faithfully Fit page, is just, I love you, I love you, I love you. All like gushing because we just have so much fun. We're together, and people bond with different connections, and lots of different friendships spring up because all the different teams come together. So, and this year is going to be really incredible with how much growth we've had.
I know. It's going to be awesome. Okay, guys, I do need to go take a shot of Energize, kiss my kids goodbye, good night, I mean, and get on the call. We'll all win 8 minutes. So thank you for letting me crash your party.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
for
All right. I'll see you guys in a couple minutes.
Okay, bye, Trace. So, guys, thank you. I don't know how many of you can stay. I'll actually. Well, you guys, Ari, you don't have the link. I don't know if you can be on the next call or not. I'm not sure what your time frame is.
I have to finish my training.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
I mean, normally, so I'm going to add you to the Faithfully Fit, like the bigger team page.
Okay.
Our call is generally every week, every Tuesday at 9. But there will be times that there will be a bigger Faithfully Fit call. Usually if there's a bigger Faithfully Fit team call, and it's at the same day, it'll replace our call. We were just having this special one with Tracy. That was just kind of an exception to the rule. So I'm glad
Makes sense.
I'm glad you could
Thank
come.
you.
Do you guys have any quick questions?
The link for Tracy's call, is that in
It's pinned in the announcements in Faithfully Fit.
perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, you guys.
Good.
See you soon.
You are a very good
Bye.
goal setter, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. And we'll talk about the whole Road to Elite thing. Maybe we'll work on that next week.
Okay.
I'll see you at school tomorrow.
I'll
right, guys.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.